we have my intro to this one?
Yeah.
Drunk one? Can we have my intro?
Yeah, like the
Yeah. Can we do that?
Yeah, sure. Whatever makes you happy, buddy.
That would make me very happy.
I remember I lost a very good set of jokes about a bidet between me and Ray and Christian.
And it was lost forever. So
yeah.
Should we mic check this? Mic check 1 2. Okay. Now you appear to be. There we go.
See, there we go.
Okay, I can see your.
Okay, we can see our levels.
Okay, you're gonna do the welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back.
We are back. Welcome everybody to another episode of the Entertaining Superbox. A very drunk episode with.
I wouldn't say very drunk. I'd say moderately drunk.
Moderately drunk. Okay. Well,
it's like drunk edition, but not. I don't know.
See, with
I've
this
been
whole,
drunker is all I'm saying.
I know that is true, but like with everything, it's relevant, right? Drunkenness is a relevancy.
It's relative.
It's relative, and like the last like several months, I haven't been this drunk.
So you've been off the sauce.
Yeah,
which is a good thing, right?
All right. Yeah. Welcome. My name is.
Sorry, we're still doing the welcome.
Yeah. My name is Buddy Jayson, and my friend with me today is Stefan.
Hi, my name is Stefan.
And everybody else, we recorded this podcast after another session of drinking, because that's always what this podcast is all about. It's just
the foundation.
It is the foundation of what this whole podcast is brought about is just me and my friends getting together and drinking, and everybody else is drunken and left except for us. So we've decided to record another podcast.
As we were saying in the version that got deleted, the reason that Dan isn't here is because he had to go to the bathroom and he wasn't comfortable using your bathroom.
Would you say that's like a shy bowel syndrome or something?
Yeah, and I mean I get it. Don't get me wrong. I don't like taking a shit in other people's houses.
But when it comes to terms, it's like you have to go, and you're like in your company Christmas party, you're gonna go.
That's the thing. If you were to, if it was make or break versus you staying here, but I mean, I think Dan, he kind of reaches a limit, and then he's like, okay, I'm good, and that's totally.
And that's the introverted side of him, right? He's got a period that is like, cool, we are good to hang, and at some point he goes, I need to recharge my batteries.
Yep, exactly.
And that is like something we respect out of him, and we admire. Like that's him.
I'm okay with him at best.
Okay, cool. Let's go back to what we were talking about before. This all got the other podcast
got deleted.
deleted.
Jason, I guess.
Okay, so I've been in a weird would you call it a weird? No, let's say not a weird relate.
It's that weird.
Okay, I've been in a somewhat casual relationship with a girl. Right?
That's a good way to put it.
I've been sleeping with her every now and then. I go and hang out with her whenever
Does she listen
feels.
to this podcast?
No, God, no.
Okay.
I don't let anybody I know.
Yeah, me neither.
This is just other than like the couple of friends that we share that listen to this.
Yeah. If Kaylin, if you're listening, hello. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, this girl, I've been sleeping with her. We're kind of casual about it. We kind of set out some rules at the very beginning, but in the end, at this point in time, I caught the feelings.
Yep, you did.
I caught the feelings. Okay, and she's made it clear to me in the last little while that she got a job offer, a fantastic job offer, something that she's really wanted for last little while, in a place far away in a mystical land that we call Regina. A place that no one really wants to talk about because it's a god awful place.
I don't think they want. It's just. I don't know. I'm pretty biased being from Saskatoon, but I don't know if you could compare a creek to a river. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay, you say that. I'm willing to say.
Smells. What bugs me is that it smells. When you walk around to their, it's beautiful, actually, at Wascana. It is beautiful, but it stinks. And man, does that ever ruin a mood? Good luck getting lucky there.
Okay,
that's all I'm going to say.
He's not willing to say it. He's not willing to say it. I am. Regina sucks.
We're gonna lose all 0 of our Regina fans.
Well, that is a loss I'm willing to take.
Okay.
Okay, so like she's got this fantastic job
Yeah,
offer in
sorry,
Regina.
but I digress.
And I've caught the feelings. I really like this girl. I could see something long term, but it's just, I don't know, because of the depression in me and the problems in me, that I kind of feel like I'm not the guy to ever hold back another person to their full potential.
Yeah,
Right?
and that's a very fair way to think, right? That's actually, it's a, what was I saying before? Like it's a fine line between a selfless way to think, but then on the flip side, like a lack of confidence way to think.
Yeah, and
So-
I think it comes down to the whole issue of my own sort of self-image. Like, I am working on myself, right? In the last little while, I've been trying to get my CPA certification. I've been trying to dig into more stuff at work to feel like, yeah, the stuff I am doing is accomplishment.
And
It is-
dueling.
Yeah.
Don't forget about your dueling
Oh
classes.
no, yeah, no. I've come in with like the fencing sword and like ha, yeah, and trying to win those duels, or like we're standing
exactly.
There's some of that, and like sometimes we're standing, back to back, 10 paces at noon or whatever, and like
And there's also that dueling. There's both sword and gun dueling is what we
Yeah.
took from this.
yeah. So like I am trying to work on getting a better self image, right? But I find that a lot of the times that, I don't know, when girls sort of mention up like, job opportunities and stuff like that, the immediate thought in my head is, go do it. I'm not worth it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to hold someone back, but also at the same time, you don't want to. That's a tough one, right? Because you don't want to say you're not worth it, because that's like, why are you not worth it? Why are you not worth it, Jason? We got open and honest
okay.
conversation
Open
now,
and
buddy.
honest, because like if you look at some of the stuff that I sort of like view as like, if I was a cow or like something on show, right?
I don't know where you're going with this, but go ahead.
At like a convention or like a cattle show or something like that. It's like, okay, this is Jayson. He lives in his grandma's basement, which he grew up in. I mean,
Cousins.
I mean, like, this is grandma's house.
I know,
Me and my cousin live here, but like, that's a negative. And it's like, he's got a job that he's still trying to figure out. That is, what he wants. And like there's a lot of good, but there's, in my mind, more negatives. Like, I haven't really settled out in my approach to life.
Yeah, and I mean that's good. It's not good. You know what? It's good to want more and strive for more, right? Like, say for you to be, the way I think of it is for you to be happy, you want more. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being happy where you're at, but you want more.
And I agree to that. And I was having this conversation while Danny Boy was still here, right? And I will be honest to our listeners, because there are virtually no listeners out there.
There are virtually no listeners.
Kaylin,
Me.
in the last
Brianna,
little while,
I might get Brianna to listen to this
yeah,
one.
Dan might actually go back and force his parents to actually listen to this. Whatever.
Yeah, but,
But in the last little while, and my thought moving through the summer was I was gonna man whore this situation around a little bit. I'm kind of seeing 3 girls at this point in time.
like right now, or have you broken that off?
I have slept with 1, 2. I am still working on. I don't know what you would call that.
Well, so that changes things, right? Because if then at that point, definitely, right? Like if the one girl who wants to go to Regina, 100%. Like, I mean, if you're not committed, then like, yeah, definitely you got to let her go, right? But if you're willing to like give up,
See,
that's clowning around there.
That's the thing. Like, I haven't slept. Like, there's 3 girls in total. I haven't slept with the other 2. But, we've been just kind of seeing each other on the side here and there or whatever. But, like, I can really see something long-term with girl number 1. And I'm like, she's got a job offer in a place, I want to say far, far away, but it's not really that far away.
But 2 hours is rough.
It's in a place
It's not. Sorry. It's obvious. Fuck. I keep like
You keep walking back on your
I know. I
statements.
keep walking back every fucking statement.
How
I'm
are you
sorry.
going to be a city councilor on this?
I will not be, because we have a podcast where this is being recorded.
I will delete
I'm gonna
everything
have
you
to
want.
explain everything.
I will delete
I'll go
everything.
back and I'll say, Jason, if I ever run for city council, but as I've said before, Ganari 2030, fed it together.
Exactly.
You said it. You mouthed it with
Yeah.
me. You knew the
Yeah.
slogan. Oh, man. But I gotta stop walking it back. I'm sorry. I'll just fucking stick to my guns. 2 hours is a bitch. Brianna lived in St. Brew for a summer, and it's a bitch. It's not as hard as fucking Edmonton. It's not as it's not as hard as across
Countries
country
or
across an ocean, but it's still, you're living in different places. You're not seeing each other in those moments of like,
when
those
you come
unplanned
home,
moments.
Like when you come home from a shitty day of work and you just want to vent. Like Brian's there to hear you vent, right?
Yeah, Brian is Brianna. I just thought I'd clear up.
Yeah. Sorry. She's there to hear your vent, and I think those are like the key moments in relationship that really make or break them.
Yeah. Whereas with long distance, it's constantly planned, and then the thing about that is that say you're going down to Regina, you're not gonna bitch about work. You're gonna make the absolute best out of every moment. And is that reality anymore?
Yeah.
I would say no. I would say it's not your everyday self, because you've planned it to every fucking moment.
Yeah, and I want to spend the best and maximize sort of the return
which is
on all of
which
it.
is an admirable thing.
It is. It's also the accountant in me, okay? I want to maximize my return on everything, right? And
You guys just do spreadsheets. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
You guys
Excel is literally the first thing I turn on every day.
I have 3 accountant brothers. Yeah, I know your game.
Yeah. Okay. So like, yeah, I get that, and like, I don't want to bitch and complain when I go down there to meet her, and I guess at this stage in life or in the relationship, she hasn't really met my friends and stuff like that, and I think those are important factors
100%.
about how, if I choose to spend the rest of my life with her, right? Like these are things that weigh into it, and how she sort of reacts to the constant and absurd loudness that is Stefan, or the craziness
Or
that is Dan, or the pessimistic I want to die side coming from Ray, right?
I wouldn't paint Ray that way, but okay.
Yeah, but like
Yeah, I get it. Well, it sounds like
these
someone's
are
home.
Yeah, it's my cousins, but it's like these are my friends. I love them for everything that they are. I want to see how you react to them.
Yeah.
Right?
No, and that's part of the relationship. That's part of real life.
I want to ask you, how was that experience when the first time you, I guess, introduced Brianna to Maddie, to Dan, to Ray?
It was great. I just keep thinking about how creepy Danny was, because he's so creepy.
He's the Dan. He's creepy Dan. He is, in our text messages, he is wife fucker Dan. But let's just ignore that, I guess.
Yeah, but to be completely honest, it was great. And what I will say about that is that, I was saying it before tonight. Good people, like Christian was saying, like we were talking about how high school is so short in the grand scheme of things. Here we are 10, 11 years later, and those 4 years are nothing. It was 11 years ago. And then Christian said something like, yeah, but here we are with everyone from high school, aside from you, actually, Jason. And my response to that was, you meet good people, you want to stick around good people. So my friends are good people, and then Brianna came into the picture, also
Good people.
good people. Thank you. And it's like it just worked.
It just clicked.
It clicked. It worked. Honestly, no issues at all, as far as I'm concerned. Unless someone's not telling me something.
Yeah,
but
Dan's gonna fuck your wife.
As fuck, but absolutely no issue with bringing, at the start of the relationship, bringing Brianna to things, it was like my friends are your friends, and it just
clicked.
It just clicked because I don't know. It's like good people are good with good people. I don't know, and I know that maybe
we just connect on different things that. When we're talking to because I remember
I don't know. No one's gonna be an asshole. Like
no one's
she's
gonna be
not
an asshole
to them. They're not gonna be an asshole to her. And here we are, this many years later.
Yeah,
and it's there's no absolutely not even a slightest issue because it's so nice.
It's I think it's also all on the level of how much you trust your friends because
except Dan.
Yeah, Dan's gonna fuck your wife.
Dan's gonna fuck your wife.
But like it's same on the level. It's like these are my friends. I trust them so that whenever they talk to my significant other, they're going to bring up good things, or they're going to try and match on the same level of energy. Because I remember we were over for a Halloween party, and I was hanging out with Brianna. Sorry,
now we've established that Brianna is my wife. You can say Brian. That's shorthand. That's the nickname. So we're not talking about a dude. We're talking about Brianna. So you can say Brian. It's okay.
Not there's nothing wrong with that.
There's anything wrong with that.
But like Brian is just shorthand for Brianna, and like I was hanging out with Brian in the kitchen of her place, and we were just
the condo.
We were hanging out, and she was talking about martinis. Like, I'm a fan of martinis. I love gin. A dry gin with
Brianna does love gin.
Oh yeah, and we were talking about like other like Manhattans and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, that was fantastic. And she walked out of the room. She slapped me on the butt, and I remember screaming on the top of my lungs, Stefan. You're like, yeah, what is it? And I'm like, Brian slapped me on the butt. And she's like, yeah, you deserved it.
Yeah,
you deserved it.
I don't recall that moment, but I'm sure it happened.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that happened. It's like that is, I guess, sort of the assumption of the interactions that you bring in your friends with
your comfortability.
Yeah.
Is that a word? Is comfortability a word?
Yeah. And it's like, you care so much about your significant other. You find so much humor and like matchingness and stuff like that, and you're like, yeah, this is. He or she might find this funny, and like these are the things that my friends find funny, and like they kind of mix and match, right?
Yep. And so that's part of the, like, just to bring it back. I can't believe I'm the one bringing it back, but that's real life.
Yeah.
Like, that's those moments. I know those are like parties, but even just hanging out, like I can very vividly remember, like I don't remember if you were there, but even just going to like Real's and watching Star Wars with Real, and it was just like it was completely normal. It was, I don't know. It's like I usually go and hang out with Real alone, and then I had this girlfriend, and then
you brought her along?
She came along. Just we all hung out together, and it just fucking, I don't know. I'm very fortunate. It all fucking worked out so well,
and like because the way I sort of remember how like I met you and the rest of this group here was primarily through this guy named Real. This fucking idiot that we have on the podcast that doesn't really talk about much.
Love the guy.
Salt of the earth, whatever.
Salt of the earth. I like that.
But like, I met him, and I remember the first time I met you, and it was like we were Ray and I were hanging out after our or during a business class or something. And I was like, yeah, I'm supposed to meet my friend Stefan for lunch. He's like, you cool with that? I'm like, yeah, sure. I was in a really rough place at the time or whatever. I didn't want to hang out with the friends that I had or whatever. So I tried to branch out, make new friends. And I remember we hung out in the bowl, like the big sort of quad of the university, right? And like the next thing I remember was that, hey, let's go out to the local bar at the university there after class, and let's go grab a drink. I'm like, yeah, sure. And that's where I met Brianna for the first time, and like, boom, we were making the same jokes and stuff like that, and it was fantastic.
We all lived happily ever after.
We were all living happily ever after, and like, I don't know if it's just like me, like trying to overthink it, because like I'm at that point in my life where like I want to try to find the perfect someone to spend the rest of my life with.
We were talking about that before, about like how things speed up when you're older. Like not older, but like
when you get to like
your late
30,
20s, late 20s, 30s, and it's much more, what's the word? Poignant, determined,
important.
purpose driven, you know, like
like
the fucking goal-
it's issue number 1, but like sometimes it gets bumped down to 1A or 1B or 1C.
Yeah, like when you're 18, it's like you're dating because you're dating, and then when you're 29, it's like you're dating because like you're looking for someone to be with,
like when you're
long
uni,
term,
early 20s or whatever. It's like cool. Let's have a
great.
thing here or there or whatever. But like when you get up to it, and I wouldn't say it's a blanket statement for all of us, because we do hang out with a bunch of friends that are very exceptional in the sense. I'm talking about Ray, Dan, and Sil maybe in that category, but like
exceptional. I didn't know where you were going with that. Sorry. Go on.
But like everybody else is like, everyone that we hang out with is like, they're thinking about settling down, or they've got someone else that, they're thinking about settling down with, and like me going through a notebook of women, say for a summer or something like that, and it's like, am I running towards the same goal as you, or am I just like, having my fun?
How permanent is the job that we're talking about here? Like,
I don't know. It's a full-time contract with this girl down in Regina, right?
Okay.
It's for the business she wants in the field that she wants, that she's super excited about, and who am I to go?
No.
Hey, no, blah 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 blah.
I guess no matter your confidence level, I mean, I think the way I see it is any decent person would not get in the way. Like
they wouldn't be the full stop about it.
I don't think anyone's that arrogant to go, hey, stay here for me, sweet cheeks.
I mean, like, I understand if you're already engaged, or like you've been in a long-term relationship, right? Like if Brian said all of a sudden,
it's all timing.
Yeah, like you or Brian all of a sudden said, hey, there's a job out in Vancouver or something like that. Then
yeah, right.
Yeah, like there's a lot of consideration to go into it, and I don't know if it's me thinking like, cause I caught the feelings or whatever, like thinking further into this than she's thinking, like, where do I sit and all this kind of stuff. But it's like, I'm just having these thoughts, and I'm just questioning myself, like, should I be having these thoughts? And it comes down to, I guess, like self-confidence. Like, am I the type of person to say, hey, I'm important? I think this relationship is important. I think you feel the same way I feel, or whatever. Like, I think that's something that I need to talk to her with. Sit down and go, where do you see this relationship?
Yeah, it's to me, it's like from my outside perspective, it's a timing issue. Man, that's a shitty situation. Like the start of a relationship, and like that's a curveball right off the hop.
Yeah, and I feel like this kind of stuff is played out in like TV sitcoms all the time, like How I Met Your Mother, Friends, and stuff like that.
Oh, she's moving away. All right, well, shit.
Yeah,
and then they do the long distance for like 2 seasons, and then it ends.
It doesn't work, or like a season and a half, and it just doesn't work out, right? And that's, I guess, my kind of fear is because, like, career-wise, I haven't settled whether or not Saskatoon is a place for me to settle down, our home city here, or whether or not I branch out into other places.
Yeah,
it's always been a fear of mine to try and start something serious with the idea in the back of my head. It's like, okay, I can move to another city across the country in a day.
Yeah, that's life.
Yeah,
right. It's if you get if you end up in that situation, it's just part of the choice that you make, and it weighs on it. And as usual, Jason, it feels like when we talk just one-on-one.
Yeah,
you don't have the experience.
You don't have the experience, but I just like to get your theoretical, hypothetical. Like to get my
theoretical tape. Like, if Stefan were faced with this problem, no. But it's something that you have to weigh at that moment, and here you are at that moment.
Yeah, and
I get where you're coming from with the, your job. You're not. You can be taken anywhere, and that's part of the freedom. And then you could meet someone anywhere. But I don't know. Life just fucking happens, right? Like, When me and Brianna met, I know I sure as fuck didn't plan it, and neither did she, right? You know, I remember
10 years down the line, you guys decide to tie the knot, right?
Yeah, well, that's how long you have to wait to get married.
Okay.
You do.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Don't go any sooner.
I'm going to be 40 by the time I get married.
Yeah, you know what? That's pretty crazy to put it that way, actually. You'd be 40. But at the time, like, I remember Brianna told me that. She said she wasn't looking to...
Settled. I mean, that's
like,
perfectly...
she wasn't looking to really get in any... Maybe... No, I shouldn't... I know for sure she didn't want to go into university with a relationship. And I thought, and I better go ask her next time. She didn't want to, like, she wasn't out looking for one, and neither was I. I wasn't either.
See, these are the questions I want to ask in our couples podcast that I will eventually get.
I know. Yeah, we do have to do that, because that would be.
It would be good. It'd be good. I like getting these conversations, and like I totally understand, and like those are the questions that I should have been having in university, but because of circumstances, I was in a different place when I started out university and stuff like that, and I'm having these questions and conversations as of right now, and you know what? It's to whomever listens to this, it is those are valid questions. Yeah. Those are valid questions, and you will come up with your own decision by the very end of it. And you know what? I say talk to anybody who's willing to listen, because like you can get so many different
better perspectives than Stefan.
Yeah,
because he hasn't faced it as much.
Exactly. Fuck Stefan.
I hate that guy. No,
yeah,
he's
a terrible person. Never shows up for most of our podcasts, but still believes he's part of it.
I'm a guest. I'm like, you know, like when you watch a music video and it's like featuring Eminem, and you get so excited because you're like, he's gonna spit a verse.
He's the last 5 seconds of the song.
He spits a verse every fucking time.
I know, but like there are some songs.
He'll throw out some gay slur and he'll be there. He'll be there.
Yeah, he will be there. But like some people, some other guys will only show up for like the last 5 seconds of the song.
I be like, oh fuck, what's his name? Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pitbull.
Pitbull, yeah.
There you go.
That's all he has to say is Mr. Worldwide, and then it's like featuring.
Yeah, but like,
where were we? Sorry.
No, I like having these conversations because I'm a single dude. You're happily married, and it's like it's very cool. It's a cool dichotomy.
Yeah, I think that's the word.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah, and like I like talking about my problems because you're always interested in them, and that's one of the things I love about you, Stefan.
I don't know what to say to that.
Okay.
It's like when Mike Tyson called Eminem the N-word. I don't know how to take compliments. But I just like I like to.
Yeah, so I think
to hear about this.
I think the first step in sort of my problem is just to sit down with this girl and ask her where she sees whatever this is.
100%.
And I think I'll make my decision from there, whether or not this is a long-term thing or this
what are the chances of you like moving to Regina just to try it out? I know you said like, you know, you could go to Edmonton, you go to Toronto, you go to Vancouver. What are the chances that you just go to, you know, Regina? Well,
it's honestly in this drunken state, it's going to take a lot of money to make me move to Regina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because first and foremost, my family's here in Saskatoon, and if I can, I'd rather stay here. But in my sort of, it might be a case of right girl, wrong time. I don't know if there's ever such a thing as that.
No,
right girl, wrong time.
I think there is.
Okay, so it might be a case of right girl, wrong time, but like currently, all I'm thinking about is my career. Mm-hmm. Right? Like I'm going through all these courses to get my CPA and stuff like that, and like
sounds horrible.
It is god awful, and it's mostly because of it comes down to self-image kind of stuff. It's like I'm a good student, my work proves it, my assignments prove it, my quiz prove it, but then it's like me going, you're gonna fail this test.
Like demon in the back of your
Yeah,
head.
exactly. But everybody else is telling me you're gonna do fine, and then it turns out I do pretty well, passing everything. But like, it comes down to, I guess, me imagining where my future is. We've always been in this sort of small, I would say small prairie kind of city.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's a small city.
Yeah, and like I've always imagined myself in something bigger.
Yep.
Honestly, it's down in the States where most of my family is. Seattle is like the chef kiss of the place.
I saw the chef kiss. I would love to come visit you.
Yeah, like that is the place that I want to be, and I can't honestly say right now if I were in a relationship going, I'm willing to give that up.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's any sort of compromise like that in your relationship, Stefan?
Ooh, no.
Like if someone was gonna offer you, say, 6 figures out in Vancouver.
Well,
I understand that it comes down to a conversation and a discussion with your significant other, but like you're not willing to go and jump the gun, going, "Yeah, I'm taking that."
Here's the thing, like where I'm at, 100%. No, it's a conversation. It's if fuck like that would ever happen, but it's a conversation where you go, well, and vice versa too. If it's actually more likely, it's very much more likely that Brianna would be offered a job somewhere like in Vancouver, actually. Way more likely that would happen. And it would be a conversation of like, well, what are we doing? Like, do we want to do this? But that's
not
an accurate comparison because it's just so fucking different in the timeline.
It's so fucking different in the timeline because I don't want to say that marriage is something that ties you down, right? Marriage is something that you agree to, and that it is part of your decision.
No, we were already tied together before marriage.
Okay, but like
you have to wait 8.5 years. What did I tell you?
Okay, 10 years. Yeah. So like,
no, but you're in a long-term relationship. It's not
something that I can just go and go. Yeah, no, I'm taking this. Like,
exactly. That's exactly it. Like I would. Like either of us would never come home and say like, "Hey, I've been offered this opportunity and this is fucking happening." That's not how it works. That's not how any team works. That's the way I would put it. Is like, you wouldn't go to your fucking partner in business or your coworker and say like, "Hey, this is fucking happening, buddy." So think of that, but like way more important, that's your marriage or your long-term relationship.
But like the fact that it's, say, their dream job or something like that, like they're what they imagine themselves doing for the longest time, like that has to weigh heavily into the decision, right?
It does, of course, but it weighs heavily. It's exactly like you said. It's a very big contributing factor, but it's never this is it and too bad or there's no fucking way that we're not doing this. It becomes a conversation, a group decision.
Okay.
A Siamese twin sort of thing.
Like if I go, you have to, like, you're being dragged along. Like you don't want to be dragging someone along.
Well,
to someone
all that would do is build resentment, correct?
Yeah. And
is that not what you were worried about?
Yes. Okay.
We're right back at you.
Exactly.
We
right
brought
back
it
at
back,
me.
Jayson.
Right back at me. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so then my question is because I'm not in something committed, right? I think that's what boils down to. I need to talk to this girl about whether or not I'm committed and we are committed.
Yeah, you got to figure out where you sit.
Yeah, and like, okay, then do you think I would be, say, the situation reverse, and I got a job offer in wherever I want to be, Vancouver, Seattle, or whatever, right? And I go, this is what I feel like I should take. Like, do you think I'm would I be the narcissistic or the asshole in the situation?
With how early you are in this relationship, I would say no. It's just so early. Like, I guess correct me.
You don't know the full situation.
How early? I don't know. Inform me. I got to figure this out.
Okay, so it's like
judgment.
It's a weird situation because I used to work with her. I used to work with her for about like 8 months, and then she quit her job, and she kind of disappeared for a little while, and really didn't talk to me or whatever. And it was a couple of months later that she hit me up, and we just started seeing each other again. It been the, I guess, casual sense, like whenever she really wanted to, play the xylophone.
That was so smooth, man. Like, that was the smoothest way you could have put that.
Hey, like, we've been censored before. I don't really.
Like, have you written movies? Because, man, like, you should get an
I'm
Oscar
trying to-
for
I'm
how
trying to-
smooth that was.
I'm trying to write a sitcom. All right, I'm trying to get it sold to CBC.
That'd be the next Schitt's Creek.
Possibly. No, because it'd just be it'd be a knockoff Mr. D.
Yeah.
But like, like we've seen each other for, I think, since like February or so, because it was right around after Valentine's Day, which was the first thing that kind of clued me in on how the situation was gonna want to go. The situation, that whole, what is it, GTL, Gym Tan Laundry, Jersey Shore.
I feel like I've missed out on so many of these things.
Whatever.
Sorry.
So like
I apologize.
Yeah, it's been since then, and like, we've been on and off kind of here and there, and it's like the way I sort of see things, it's kind of on her terms about when we do things, how we do things, and shit like that. So in my mind, she got this job offer. I think I should just let her go.
Well, yeah,
am I a bad guy coming in with this pre-notion if I say, hey, we should talk about how or what this relationship is, with this preconception of, yeah, I should let her go?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so because unless she really wants a long-term relationship, but it seems to be where you're at, unless you're like fucking head over heels in love. Like, I don't know. Unless you're like so sure of this thing, then by all means, man, chase that shit to the end of the earth. But if you're not, you can't hold someone back from that. And yeah, you could try the long-term thing, but
that's what I am afraid of. Is I hold her back, and she just. We give it a try, and she resents me because I am the ex-boyfriend that held her from, her dream.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Like, okay, so to be clear, there's absolutely no fucking way that you could ever say, like, hey, don't take the job, stay here for me. Like, option one, gone. Like, that is not an option. Option two would be long-term relationship.
And we try it out. We try the driving back and forth.
I mean, you could. I'm not saying you can't.
I've always had bad experience with that.
Here's my problem with that one. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. When someone lives somewhere indefinitely, and I've never done it that way with indefinitely, but Jesus Christ, I don't know if I could. If there was an indefinite, like, there's no end to it. There's no. Oh, you're talking on the phone. You're like, but it's fine because at the end of the summer it will be done. It's fine because at the end of the year it'll be done.
Yeah, in your case, she was coming back. Cool. That was the end goal. But when you're separated, right?
And there's nothing.
And I don't think like either of you are making the effort to try and return together.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is like, because like if.
Well, that's like I said. You better be fucking like out of your mind in love. Like, you can't stop talking about her. Can't stop thinking about her.
If it was the case that this was her dream job or whatever, and she's like, I want to give this a go, but I want to come back to you. Like, if she made concessions, I don't know if that's the right word.
No, yeah, I get it's a bad word, but I see what you're saying.
Like, if she made statements that was like, okay, I do want to do this job because it is my dream job. It's going to give me the experience that I need to find something better or whatever, right? Like, if that's the experience that she needs to go out and do, but she's still willing to make the effort and try for this whole long distance thing and eventually come back to a place where she and I both agree.
Yeah.
Then maybe that's that comes down to the discussion that you have with your significant other, right?
It sounds like it's time for a conversation, Jason.
I think so.
I think so.
But the fact that I'm kind of seeing other women at the same time really
makes it like really, it really undercuts it. I'm not gonna lie, it just undercuts it. Like, wow.
yeah, and like I think about to like the sitcoms and stuff like that we used to watch as a kid and stuff like that. It's like, you know, I wasn't Jerry who just had a girlfriend every other episode or whatever.
And we're like way too hot for Jerry.
Yeah, and it's like I am more like Barney from How I Met Your Mother, where it's like I'm out every weekend, I guess, or whatever, trying to meet random girls and stuff like that. Like, I'm trying to make the effort to see these girls long term, as opposed to him doing one night stands and stuff like that. But it's like there are multiple girls, and I just need to get
you're putting yourself out there.
I am spreading myself thin. I think that's what I'm coming down to, and I need to talk to my therapist about some stuff more.
Well, don't you know, guys don't have therapists; they just have podcasts.
This is fantastic. I mean, like drinking
I'm just kidding.
I mean, therapy is great.
I've heard it's great. I've never done it. I've definitely thought about it, but I'm very encouraging of it, and I'm definitely willing to try it.
It's fine to talk to other people that don't really have a stake.
Yeah, I would love a third party, because man,
it's like
an echo chamber doesn't help, and neither does an opposite view.
Yeah. So like the way I feel about therapy is like mediation, like when you have to go to a third party and like, all right, here's where you draw the line, that kind of stuff. So I think that's where
I think it's just so great to hear from someone else. You know, because your friends are your cheerleaders, whether you like it or not. Like, how often are your friends disagreeing with you?
I will say the really strong friends can disagree with you.
Yes,
and still be your friends.
That's what I was gonna say. Yes, I was gonna say that.
Because like I feel like, at least with our core set of friends, the people that appear on this podcast and stuff like that, they will agree with you 90% of the time. The other 10% of the time, they go, well,
I think I called you a dick on this podcast.
Oh, exactly. And like something that Ray loves doing is like, he'll take the devil's advocate and go, have you ever thought about it this way? Right? And like,
I'm very happy with. Here's the thing. I'm very happy with devil's advocate on non-personal issues, but I found my tick is devil's advocate on, and it's my own echo chamber, on personal issues where you're talking about something that you're struggling with or venting about, and then someone takes the devil's advocate view, and it's like, hey, could you just fucking agree? Like, see, it's not right, but you're just like, hey,
it all depends. It all depends on what you're looking for. Because like I would say like 90% of the time when I'm venting, I'm just looking for someone going, yeah, that sucks. And I would say like,
I don't want you to fix the problem. I want you to listen.
Yeah, exactly. And
it's
I would say
the best relationship advice ever. By the way,
exactly. When your significant other comes home grumpy from the end of the day at work or whatever, and they start bitching, complaining, you just go, yeah, that sucks. Do you just want to have do you just want a pizza?
Exactly.
Right? Like that is
the biggest not the biggest takeaway, but that Jesus Christ
of relationships.
I can't believe how long it took me to fucking learn that, Jason.
I've gone through so many I'll put relationships in quotes because they weren't that long. But like, I've gone through relationships with girls, and it's like they would bitch and complain about something, and you know what? The narcissistic thought in me was like, I can fix this.
Yeah. No.
How is this?
No.
All they're looking for is a sympathetic ear to hear the problem.
And it's funny, like the way I've thought about it recently is I haven't often thought about it the other way until you're in that position where you're complaining about something, and then you kind of have that like epiphany moment where you're like, hey, I honestly just want you to fucking agree.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's funny from the other side, you know, you're sitting there and you're going, you're trying to give your 2 cents, or you're trying to like you're trying to fix it. But I don't know. It's that what's the word? It's like the egotistical blindness of it.
Narcissistic blindness.
Yeah, you're like when you're listening to someone, you're trying to fix it. But when you want to talk, all you want is for the other person to not fix it. And I just want you to agree.
Yeah.
And it's so I find that's one of those things that's so funny. It's like how how the fuck does that happen? Like you can act one way and say, oh yeah, why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? And then when you're bitching yourself or complaining, and then, oh, I just want you to fucking listen and like agree with me. And it's 100% just like I don't know. It's part of being human.
It's human, but in a sense, it's hypocritical.
It is. It's like that. Sorry, that's what's so funny about it is that it is hypocritical. You're doing the opposite of what you do, and I think that's so funny.
Okay. I'm just going to quickly. Yeah, Jason, if you're listening to this, do the couples podcast because this is exactly what you're looking for. Diametric opinions and stuff like that. Do this now. Do this now. Do this now.
Do this now. Do this now, Jason.
You hear me?
Listen,
do this now.
I like to think you can listen to it later. I like to think this one's good enough to air.
Oh yeah, I'm so totally gonna do this because I enjoy every the bar for a lot of these is do I enjoy this, and that's why some of the questionable stuff goes out, and it's because it makes me laugh. But like, yeah, so I think it boils down to like I have to have this conversation with this girl about how serious we are, and if we are serious, I need to end it with all these other girls.
Like 110% you have to.
I was talking with Daniel about this beforehand. The current girl that I'm seeing is very much, I guess, like me, where it's like introverted. She likes to do things, at her place or in her house or whatever. And it's like on very rare occasions with a lot of coercion, I like to I can talk her out to have dinner with me at a restaurant or something like that instead of me going over to her place and ordering skip the dishes or cooking for her or something like that. And like, I like her. I enjoy all the time that I have with her. And like I've said before, I think I've caught the feelings.
Yep.
But I want to.
I was waiting for the but.
There's always a but.
Sorry.
There's always a but. There's always a but. But I feel like when I imagine myself in my sort of end goal, happy place to be, imagine where I am 5-10 years down the line, she's not the type of person that I feel is what I feel like I should be. Like I should be someone who enjoys going out because that's where I'm trying to be more of. Because I honestly, if I could not leave this basement, that would where I would love to be. But I do sort of see like the things going outside, like around me in the world. It's like, oh, maybe I might enjoy a hike and go out and do stuff with my friends and their significant others instead of hanging out in my basement playing World of Warcraft 24/7.
Recording podcasts.
Yeah. No.
We're doing right now.
No. Fuck this. This podcast is gonna go on forever.
I'm just kidding.
We're gonna do this forever. But but
I get that. Like, I get that. Yeah, and it's funny. Opposites don't always attract. Like you can't have people that are too different. You need some balance.
Common ground.
You need some balance. You need some opposing factors, but you definitely need some common ground.
I think. Would you say that you need more common ground than opposing factors?
I would say you need more common ground than opposing factors.
Okay.
In my infinite wisdom of being married for all of 1 year. Yes. Listen to me.
Yes, I should talk to Connor about this too, since that's along the same lines.
No, but seriously, I do think. I mean, I know what I know, and I don't know what I don't know. So from my experience, I think you need to have quite a bit of common factors. Like, Jesus Christ, me and Brianna are both very extroverted, but Brianna's probably more introverted than me in ways, and that's why it works. You can't be the same fucking person.
Oh, okay.
It's like that episode of Seinfeld where Jerry dates the girl that likes to have cereal for fucking supper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my question along the line is you find someone that shares some common ground, has some difference with you right now. Say that fits in your description perfectly as of right now. But you as a person feel like you want to change.
Yeah.
Get fit, go outside more and experience life outside of your comfort zone more
Yeah.
or whatever.
You end up you can't be with someone that's gonna keep you where you are.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
my concern is do I like where's of course there's a middle ground, but trying to find that middle ground between dating someone who is exactly like you right now versus the exact opposite you of right now, like in your mind, where would you swing towards as of like the immediate place you were, if that makes any sense?
I would swing towards more common than opposite.
Common than opposite?
Yeah, because if you're opposite, it just doesn't fucking work.
Yeah, if they're going on like like marathon hikes or whatever, and you're like,
Yeah.
I just got out of my basement.
You're not gonna go from 0 to 100. You're gonna go to 10, 20 first.
Okay,
There's your math.
all right.
Okay.
Oh,
Should we leave it at that?
Where are we at?
I don't know.
45 minutes? Do you think we can go longer?
I don't know. What else do we got? I think that was pretty good. That was a pretty good chat.
Yeah, I think so too.
I liked it.
I enjoyed it.
I hope we air it.
I will.
You can listen to it again.
Yeah,
But I don't feel like I said anything racist or homophobic, so that's good.
that's a plus. That's a very plus for our podcast.
I just remember the one with Dan. Fuck. You know what? And that's comedy though. To preface that's comedy. Is that guy just says whatever the fuck he wants whenever he wants, and I'll defend to the death his right to say whatever he wants whenever he wants. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and I've decided to write sitcoms based around his personality. So
He must be doing something right or wrong, or incredibly wrong.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Alrighty.
All right, I think we're good. Hey,
Okay. Yeah.
we'll
well,
bike.
it's-
I'll bike home now.
Okay, if you're good with that, I think my cousin's home. If you need, he can probably give you a ride too.
I'll bike.
All right,
Nice. Okay.
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us on a
Can we have my intro to this one?
yeah
Drunk. Can we have my intro to this one?
yeah
Drunk one. Can we have my intro?
yeah like the your
Yeah. Yeah. Can we
yeah
do that?
yeah sure, whatever makes you happy, buddy.
That would make me very happy.
Okay,
Okay. Sorry.
All right.
Do your outro.
thank you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I get it. Like you guys keep saying, I have a radio voice when I do this kind of
100%.
stuff, and
I
like
love it. I love the radio voice.
and it is something I do in presentations and phone calls with people in business.
get it.
stuff
It
like that.
works.
It works. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. I've said that 3 times now. So
well, thanks for tuning in. Come back next time. when
Yeah.
We stick a gerbil up Jason's ass through a tube. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Da-na-na, 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 da-na-na. Bow, 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 bow.